Now, welcome to another edition of News from Naboo with Force Lighting Takes. And let's get right to the news.
I feel like we've got a lot of news today, so buckle up.
Buttercup.
First off, we know Andor has finished officially filming. We already announced that. But we also got news that there was a tweet on the X place.
A tweet on X. Are they called X's now,
No,
or are they still tweets?
They're tweets. They're tweets
Okay.
on X, I guess. That the Andor crew says, "You won't be disappointed. We got shown a 5-minute teaser trailer after the wrap party on a big screen with big speakers on one of the other empty stages at Pinewood. It really looked amazing."
Is it the same one they got at Celebration?
Well, the one at
That
Celebration wasn't 5
yeah.
minutes, so...
Still.
Yeah. That's still really cool to know that they actually do have a teaser ready to go. We probably won't see it anytime soon, seeing as it's
No.
not coming out for like a year. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
ready. Hooray. Well, it's not fully ready, but
No,
it's
not.
getting there.
They're working on it, but something will come first, I think.
Yes.
Look at that segue.
All right, we did get runtimes for Bad Batch episodes, the first 8 of them. Is that the segue?
No, I was expecting. I knew there was another one.
There's another segue, but
Yeah.
I'm going in order, I guess. So the first 8 episodes, we have runtimes, and they are to be expected. They're what we expect. They want to do about a half an hour. It's like 31, 25, 25, 25, 26, 25, 23, 25.
Those aren't about a half hour.
They are
I don't consider
when you
that
add
a
in
half
the...
hour. The first
But
one,
they
sure,
would,
31.
would be if you were running them on TV. And that's how they, like, for some reason, that's still in their mindset. That if
It
you
does
were
seem that
watching
way.
it with their ad subscription version, it would
Oh,
probably
my
take
God.
you about a half an hour.
Now it'd take longer. They'd put more ads in there.
We don't know that, but they probably would. So there you are. There's your run times, because I feel like they were always planning to have ads, so they're now like, well, we make it a half-hour program if you have the ad version. Yay.
So the question, though, is, are these going to be story arcs? Kind of Clone Wars style, the later season of Clone Wars?
Well,
get
we
those
do have...
4-episode arcs?
I know there are
or-
multiple weeks that they are showing multiple episodes. Like, it's 3 in the first
Yeah, so that's probably
day.
all one.
So there probably are
probably
story
like a short
arcs.
movie.
Yeah.
Be like 80 minutes there.
But they're still going to separate them by episode, because that's how we do things. All right, and I think this is the segue you wanted us to go to next.
Well, I don't know that I wanted to go there. I just
think you
figured
did.
that's where we were going.
All right. There are new reports coming out, rumor reports, I emphasize that word, coming
Rumor
from
reports.
Collider, saying that the highly anticipated The Acolyte will be coming out this summer on Disney+.
Okay.
Yes.
Makes sense, right? I think that's kind of where we've been predicting it, right?
It's about where we said it was going to land.
Yeah.
Because if they're doing Skeleton Crew for, like, fall holiday season, you need to... I thought late spring, early summer for
Yeah.
Acolyte. Especially after we got the announcement of when Bad Batch was coming, and I'm like, they probably won't overlap these.
It's still curious to note that Skeleton Crew was supposedly finished first and was going to come out before the Acolyte
Does
initially.
it matter that it's holiday? That because it was supposed to come out in November last year,
Yeah.
which would have led us into the holiday season. Please don't give me like a holiday themed show.
I don't think that's
I
what
don't
they're doing.
need that from Star Wars, I guess, because
I don't think it's going to be holiday themed at all.
after you made me watch the holiday special last year, I can't take another one.
Well, yeah, that was... hopefully they're not comparable in any way, shape, or form.
If they
Because if they are, we got some problems with Skeleton Crew.
Yeah. Like I said, it's not really that surprising when it's coming out. I am hoping maybe May the 4th they'll be nice to us and drop us that trailer.
Probably. I mean, we got a couple months now of Bad Batch to look forward to.
Yeah,
So
I'm hoping late June, early July at the latest. Let's do early summer
Yeah.
because you usually have a little gap between your programming, and I want it faster rather than later.
Was Marvel doing anything this summer?
I have
On
no
Disney
idea
Plus?
what Marvel's up to at the moment because their schedule has just been messy.
Yeah.
I think eventually we're going to get that Agatha show.
That is still coming, huh?
Though I can't remember what the title of that one is anymore.
Isn't it like...
There was
Was
House
it like
of
4
Harkness,
different titles? Yeah.
The Darkhold Diaries, and Coven of Chaos. It's had all 3 titles. It's had logos for all 3. So I don't know which one is the title anymore. I have totally forgotten. I think it might be Coven of Chaos.
Sure.
But then again, the way I would have them labeled in my folder, one of them says like 2.1, one of them says Winter 2023, and one of them just says the name. So I have no idea which is which anymore. Ah, well.
Still seems like a really odd choice for a show.
That's because she had one funny little thing that
Did
it
she?
was Agatha all along
Was it
song,
funny?
and that was it for everybody.
Was everybody like now this is my favorite character, or
I'm hoping this does something to help with Wanda's character as well. Maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they're going to do.
But Wanda's dead.
She's not dead. Not really. She's
no
a
one's
witch.
ever really gone.
Exactly. No one's ever really gone.
Not when you have a
She-Hulk will be back in that
multiverse. You have a
show, too.
multiverse. No one can ever really be gone anyway.
No.
There's going to be an infinite number of universes where you exist, so...
Right. We do still only know for the Acolyte, the little bits and pieces we've got from here's and there's. The official synopsis still being that it, takes place 100 years before Phantom Menace. That it is a mystery thriller that will take viewers into a galaxy of shadowy secrets and emerging dark side powers in the final days of the High Republic era. A former Padawan reunites with her Jedi Master to investigate a series of crimes, but the forces they confront are more sinister than they ever anticipated. And we cannot forget, way back at Celebration, when Hedlund told Collider that the series would not be kind to the Jedi. That they would kind of call out the fallibility of the institution.
So stupid. I'm just going to say it.
Well, you can call any institution into... I mean, come on. I don't know.
It's terrible.
I mean, you've called it into question in the Phantom Menace time, for sure.
Well, no, not the institution of the Jedi, the ones who are practicing at the time.
Okay. What if that's the same meaning that she had and just didn't say it?
That's not what she said. The Jedi of the Jedi of the prequel era failed, right? But that doesn't mean the Jedi Order is a failure. Like
You're not wrong.
If you can invent the greatest system in the world, right? Like I could invent a form of government, let's say, that is flawless. Like it'll work, except for the fact that it'll be run by flawed individuals.
Aww.
Yeah. So my point only being, like, I don't think the Jedi way is wrong.
No, you just
I think the Jedi of the prequel era failed.
Right, because they kind of changed the political system behind what they were.
Well, they weren't following the will of the Force. They were listening to the Republic. They were dogmatic. They were like, this is what our code says, not what the Force is telling us. They got off track. And so if this is going to imply, like, the Jedi have just been wrong all along, it's garbage. I'm not going to...
Well, we'll have to wait and see.
Sure. I'm letting people know ahead of time. For those who, you hate everything. Well, if they do this, I will hate it, yes. Just saying.
Well, let's move on to some other prequel news. Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace, will be returning to theaters to celebrate its 25th anniversary. It's going to be in the theaters from Friday, May 3rd until Sunday, May 5th. It's got a gorgeous new poster. It's absolutely beautiful. I love the art on it.
Yeah, it looks awesome.
It does look awesome. I'm really excited that it's coming out again in the theater. I'm curious if you'll take me to go see it again. Because we have already seen Phantom Menace in the theater together. Yeah.
We saw it like 10 years ago. That was my 10th ever time seeing the Phantom Menace in theater, so this will be number 11 when I take you to it again.
And yet.
What?
Nothing.
I saw it 4 times the day it came out in the theater.
We do know that the Empire Magazine issue that comes out, it should be on like the 14th, will have more interviews and stuff from around the prequel era time. We got little snippets of some with Hayden Christensen, where he kind of talked about his journey in a galaxy far, far away. He says it's been a remarkable experience and just a very heartwarming one. That journey that I've been on with Star Wars over the last 20 plus years, it's been a wild ride. Where we're at now is really meaningful to me. I think that those movies held up well over time. It feels like vindication for the work we did. Everyone that worked on these movies thought that we were part of something special. We all wanted to do our very best work, and we cared a lot about it. And so to see the response from the fans now, it's very cool.
Yeah.
He also talked about the murdered youngling scene.
Oh, my favorite. I mean,
no,
I don't like that scene at all.
Yeah. He said, there was a lot of talk about us doing that scene, and I love that George did it. It was a bold move, and it's shocking.
You are a bold one. I'll never forget the first time I saw that.
No, because you just didn't think they'd go that hard, and they're like,
no,
boom.
I was stunned.
That hard. It's one thing watching the adult Jedi get cut down by the clones. It's another thing to watch Anakin walk into the temple and take out kids.
Well, you don't see it, but it is heavily...
Well, and then you see the little young Jedi who tried to get away with Bail.
Yeah, that was George Lucas' son, actually.
Because
he killed him, actually.
He didn't make it out of Order 66.
He wanted it to be very realistic, so...
He also mentioned some advice that maybe he would have given to his younger self before stepping into Attack of the Clones. He said, even though I was a bit overwhelmed, I was also a confident young man and I wanted to make my mark. But I guess if I were to have some advice for me during that general time in my life, it would be patience. Because my journey with that character and with Star Wars has at times been a bumpy one, but I'm in a good place with it now. And so that's why I say patience.
Certainly.
I agree. Patience.
Patience, the Jedi way. Sometimes. You know, because the Jedi way isn't flawed.
We're not going
backwards.
backwards.
Full circle.
Nope, that's not a circle. That's a line.
I don't want to see this like imply that for 10,000 years the Jedi, or 25,000 years, excuse me, the Jedi were protectors of the galaxy, but the whole time they were screwed up. I'm Leslie Edlund. Thanks for watching.
I don't think they're gonna do that. I don't think they'd let her do that.
You underestimate their power.
She might say that the Jedi of that era are wrong, but I don't think she'll say that all of the Jedi as an institution were always wrong. Because, think about it, Rey's new Jedi Order that they're pushing is founded on the books from the original Jedi Order, we assume. Or, here's an alternative. Not to mention, you think Hu Yang would go along with this? He's been there since the beginning.
Here's the alternative. We will get a new Jedi Order movie, which implies those first Jedi had some good ideas. But they weren't great. And
what about the dawn of the Jedi movie?
Let me cook here.
No.
We will then have Leslie Headland's lovely Acolyte, which will show what those initial flawed ideas led to and how it eventually led to the corruption we see in the prequels. So it was just a matter of time. Sure, 25,000 years were good, but it was only a matter of time before things went wrong. And then Rey will come along, and she will look at that book and say, they had some good ideas. But now I have the knowledge of what went wrong during the prequels. She won't call them that, obviously. I will have the benefit of Luke coming back and telling me where he thinks things went wrong. And I will now make the perfect Jedi Order. And we will, balance the dark and the light, because that's what balances in Star Wars. Lucasfilm wouldn't
look at that and go, yeah, fans will hate it. Fans would be very upset if you take the Jedi that we've loved for so many years and just been like, yeah, by the way, they were all just wrong.
You think they wouldn't do that?
It doesn't work.
You think they wouldn't do that?
Why would they continue trying to take people off?
There's already a segment of the fandom out there that thinks the Jedi way is just evil and wrong and totally terrible.
Well, yeah, Anakin thought so too.
Well, yeah, and look how wrong he was.
All right, let's move on because I'm done with this discussion with you right now.
All right.
We're going to move on to new this week in Star Wars, etc. We're going to start out some etc. Tuesday. We're starting etc. You can't. We're not even talking about Star Wars right now.
I almost missed it. It's been so long since we did one of these.
The Marvels will be coming out on Blu-ray.
That's not Star Wars.
It's why it says etc.
Okay.
Yeah, so on Tuesday, Marvels will be coming out on Blu-ray. It's already out on Disney Plus. If you haven't caught it, it's kind of interesting. If
you love Marvel, check it out.
Yes. I think because we've talked about it before how they like to change movies, change genre. This is Marvel if it was more of a chick flick.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, without it, I know you go into the whole woke thing. I know a lot of people think it's like the most woke thing. It's really not that bad. I don't think
it's woke.
It's not that bad.
I just think it's more of a different genre.
Yes.
All right, moving on to Wednesday. It's Valentine's Day. Woohoo!
Nothing special on that day needs to happen. Yeah.
So, take your honey to go see Madam Web, the lady superhero movie.
We just talked about...
What? Madam Web comes out on Valentine's Day. Come on, new movies usually come out on Fridays. Madam Web's like, hard spin here. What if we put it out for Valentine's?
I'm going to go on a limb and say that's not going to help too much.
Valentine's Day, Madam Web, the guy gets to see the superhero movie, the girl gets to see girls in a superhero movie.
Or does it the guys who want to see the girl? No.
This is that's why I'm convinced that this movie is going to be even more of a hard love story than Morbi.
Oh, God. I have a very bad feeling about this movie.
The fact that it's coming out on Valentine's Day tells me things. Interesting things.
I think you're hearing things.
I don't. I never think.
I don't know. I have a bad feeling about this.
I don't know. I can't wait to see it. I don't even know when we get to see it because you always pass.
I'm taking you Wednesday. What else we got to do?
I work?
Yeah.
We'd have to go after work.
Yeah.
Okay. Sounds fine to me.
We'll see. On second thought.
All right. Young Jedi Adventures should also, I believe, be dropping more episodes, the rest of their whole first season thing.
Still haven't seen any of it.
I know you haven't. I've seen some mini episodes. For comics, Darth Vader 43 and Rebel Moon House of the Blood Axe #2.
We haven't read the first one yet.
No, but I did read the big Tadum thing that Netflix sent me an email about it, and it had a whole big primer about all the story beats and about planets.
You saw the novelization in the Star yesterday.
I know, I was excited, but you kind of ignored me when I said I wanted it.
You get it. I'm not your not your boss. If you want to buy something, you buy something.
Well,
it's funny how there's certain things
like things, and I need you to kind of give me the little like nod.
You are so strange, and I don't know if
because
this
it feels weird buying stuff for myself.
No, it doesn't, because there are times you will buy something and you're like, yeah, I just bought it, and you're like, deal with it. And other times it's like it'll be something like a $5 Rebel Moon book or $10, whatever it was, and you're like, and you're kind of like hinting like, yeah, look at they have a book, and I'm like, why is it you'll spend the big money?
Because you're kind of looking at me like that's useless. You don't need that.
No,
and
no.
I shy away.
Do it because I just want. If you want it, you buy it.
All right.
I don't know where I'm going.
So
with
Thursday we have a voice chat at 8 p.m. Central Time. It'll also be season 2, episode 3 of Halo.
We've watched the first 2 episodes. Are we going to do a review on them or no?
You said we were. You said we were going to do the whole season this time because you didn't believe me when I said we teetered off after episode 3.
We did last year, didn't we? We do that sometimes. What's your very brief review of the first 2 episodes of Halo?
Well, I thought if we're making a video, why would we put it here?
Oh, okay.
At the very end of a video, when people sometimes don't make it through.
That's what I'm saying. Like anybody who makes it this far deserves to know our early thoughts on Halo. Especially after my rambling, I've been going.
I feel like I enjoyed the first couple episodes more than I enjoyed most of season 1.
Yep, I'm with you there. First 2 episodes are already better than the first season. That doesn't mean it's like fantastic, but it is certainly better. Certainly an improvement. And mind you, these come from people who I haven't read all the Halo books. No. Played the games. I've read a couple Halo books. A couple. So, I don't have the full original lore of Halo in my head to compare it to, which I'm sure it does not compare at all. I know it doesn't.
But I'm interested.
Yes. But that is going to be all we got for you this time. So now it is your turn to take to the comments below. Tell us what you think of any and all of today's news. And let's talk some Star Wars. And so until next time, thanks for watching.